train between Assembly and Wellington crossing the Dana Bridge. Had an incident which resulted in sparking, smoke, and some fire and limited ignition on the underside of the vehicle. Our initial indication right now is that a metal sill, which runs along the base of the vehicle, approximately 1 foot by 6 foot in dimension, came loose on car 1251. This sill came loose and then made contact with the third rail, resulting in the sparking that, if you've seen any of the video, is evident there, resulted in the sparking, the smoke, and some limited ignition of materials on the underside of the train. Obviously, this is a frightening incident and not the type of service that we want to provide to our customers. I want to offer my apology to the folks who were on that train who had to experience that. I also want to offer my apology to the folks who were inconvenienced by the diversion of service that we had to put in place following that incident. As the incident was occurring, the train was halted. The call went in to cut power to the train. That power was cut in under 2 minutes. There were approximately 200 individuals on the train. There was an evacuation initially led by the motor person on the train, but then by other T personnel who came to assist. There were a number of people who self-evacuated through several windows on the train. We believe there were 4 windows that were removed, and folks evacuated through that space. The scene was then stabilized and investigated. The train was brought into the Wellington Car House at approximately 8:10 a.m. and by 11 a.m. All the necessary inspections had been made to the right-of-way, and service was restored. I do want to provide a little bit of background on the incident train, which again is an Orange Line train, train 1251. It was part of a train set that started the day in Forest Hills, made one northbound trip, and had turned around and was in the process of making its first southbound trip when the incident occurred. I'd also note that this train had last been inspected on June 23rd, so under a month ago, and the sill in question that came loose had been inspected as part of that inspection, and all of this series of train are inspected every 12,000 miles, which means roughly, in kind of average level of service, would be roughly every 2 to 3 months. I want to emphasize that these are our initial findings. I thought it was important to come out and talk publicly about our initial findings given the gravity of the incident. We will continue to investigate. We are also working in cooperation with a variety of parties. We had fire personnel from both Medford and Somerville assist this morning. We also had state police engagement at the scene, as well as our own transit police. We are working with DPU on this, and we have briefed the FTA as well on the particulars of this incident. We also immediately dispatched teams into the field to inspect every other Orange Line vehicle to check this sill. Every vehicle in service currently was inspected earlier today, and we're also inspecting vehicles. And I've not received any word that there was any other issue found. We are also inspecting the vehicles that are at the car house. I think obviously many of you have seen the visual images that have come from this. Obviously a very frightening event, and not the service that the MBTA wants to provide, and it is these types of incidents that we are working to prevent and avoid every day. This incident happened, and I think it's important that we step forward and acknowledge it. And again, I want to express my apology to our customers who experienced that today.